Hi, I'm Akemi and this is Indy. The holidays were winding down, but we were only halfway through his advent calendar. Once Indy finished his little treats, I headed out with my husband to Upper Hastings Ranch to take in the last of the holiday lights. The end of the year got here so quickly, and we were staying in since it was going to be a rainy one. I started the day by opening a belated Christmas gift to myself. Thanks to the year-end sales, I finally updated my coffee and tea corner by downsizing to this 5-cup Zojirushi. My New Year's resolution is to really take care of this one, unlike my old one I gave up on because of the hard water buildup. I used my new one right away for the last breakfast of the year. Downsizing was totally the way to go. By the afternoon, the rain really started coming down. It felt like just the right time to start baking my apple cake. We took on a little challenge to see who could get the longest peel.
Oh no, it broke! Oh no! That's okay.
This cake is best after it settles overnight, so I waited till the next year for a slice. At least Indy could enjoy his treat right away. Around dinner time, I opened one more addition to my coffee and tea corner, this Cuisinart kettle. As bad as the buildup was on my old coffee maker, it was nothing compared to my old kettle. I'm too embarrassed to show you the stalactites and stalagmites in there. I'll miss this guy's personality, but it was refreshing to use my new one for the very last meal of the year. I use this frozen pack for an easy toshikoshi soba. It's a dish that symbolizes letting go of hardships from the past year and welcoming in things like good fortune, a long life, and resilience for the new year. Does that work with instant soba too? And then we watched the season finale of Stranger Things, closing out the series, the night, and 2025. Starting the year with cake for breakfast felt like casting a sweet spell on 2026. I'm kidding, but maybe I should make it a New Year's ritual. It tasted a lot like gingerbread with little chunks of apple. With the ritual complete, we got out our matching coats because we were about to spend the morning in the rain. For the first time in 20 years, it poured on the Rose Parade. Our game plan was to brave the weather like Magic Johnson. We saw hundreds, if not thousands, of rain ponchos. Even the Rose Court was wearing them. The Rose Bowl game was Indiana versus Alabama, and maybe these floats were an omen. Sometimes the most amusing part of the parade is the stuff they don't show on TV. Eventually, a float broke down right in front of us, and that was our sign to head home. Rain and all, it was such a fun way to kick off the year. After resting for a while, it was time to make ozoni. It's a New Year's Day tradition for strength, longevity, and good luck, but I realized later I used the wrong soup mix. My ozoni already brought me luck because the wrong but strong flavor ended up pretty tasty. And that's how I closed out last year and eased into this year. Each day felt like a little treat. I'd like to wish you a happy new year. Here's to good fortune, a long life, strength, and a little treat for you every day. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll join me for the next one.